Kent's ReGenX generator video demonstration, October 2nd, 2025. Today we'll be demonstrating infinite efficiency electricity generation and infinite efficiency electric motor operation with the US patented ReGenX generator innovation. So I'll get you to just slide over here and just try to stay there, stay in the frame. So the ReGenX generator is the US patented ReGenX generator, operates with a load current time delay, which means that the created electromagnetic field energy that's produced around the generator coil, instead of inhibiting the generator rotor's rotation, reducing its kinetic energy, it increases the kinetic energy of the rotor, and it allows electricity to be generated with zero additional prime mover input energy above what is required to establish the no-load rotational equilibrium, and at no-load rotational equilibrium, or any rotational equilibrium. You paying attention?
Yeah.
At any I know you're just like raring to get in there, right? But I have to give you the basis, okay? At rotational equilibrium, the torque in the drive shaft, the generator's drive shaft, the torque in the drive shaft is the torque times the speed, okay? Once we get to a steady state speed, okay, it's not increasing or decreasing, the torque in the drive shaft is zero, okay? And what happens when we go into conventional generator mode, okay, regenerative braking mode, the generator will produce a counter electromagnetic torque. It'll perform negative work. It'll decelerate the system, okay? And what we'll see on the power analyzer, this is the energy, this is the electric power going to the prime mover, okay? So when we place the conventional generator on load, the generator is going to slow down the prime mover. The prime mover is going to say, I need more energy, more power, and the power is going to go up, okay? The speed's going to go down, the power is going to go up, okay? Mm-hmm. Then when I put the ReGenX generator coil on load, the prime mover input is going to go to a below what was required to establish no load rotational equilibrium, okay? So if this number, this is the power going to the prime mover, okay, that whatever, the diesel, the wind, the whatever it is. If this number stays the same when I put the ReGenX generator on load, that's infinite efficiency, okay? If this number goes below, it'll be around 150 watts or so. If it goes below 150 watts, then it's generating electricity at infinite efficiency and also accelerating the system, acting like a motor, accelerating the system also at infinite efficiency. So it performs. So,
and that's the input.
Yeah, this is the input to the prime mover. Okay, this is the tachometer. It's not hooked up yet. I'm fine with it the way it is. And so again, if this when it's running, once we're at a steady state speed, if this number goes up, okay, it means the prime mover is adding more torque to the drive shaft, and the prime mover is consuming more energy. Okay, that would be the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, the more work you do, okay, like the light bulb, the more energy you need that gets converted into heat in the induction motor, okay? That's literally the first law of thermodynamics. In your truck, you're converting gasoline to heat when you step on the gas, and that raises the energy, the kinetic energy of your vehicle, okay? So, the new first law of thermodynamics for electrodynamic systems, aka ReGenX generators, what it says is the more work you do, okay, the less input energy you need, and you're going to see that, okay? So once we're at rotational equilibrium, we will confirm that whatever this number is, the power going to the prime mover, I'll try to make it so it's 150 watts. When I place the conventional generator on load, it'll probably go up by 20 watts to 170, okay? Then when I put the ReGenX on, it'll go down to like 150 or 149. And I have two ReGenX coils in this prototype, and I'll put that one on again, and that's basically, this one is these are both infinite efficiency motor coils, okay? So let's say this was Ontario Hydro, okay? We could literally go in, okay, to their existing system, completely existing system, install the ReGenX quantum motor on a rotating drive shaft, okay? And all their generators would operate at infinite efficiency. Just by doing that. That's what Venezuela Petroleum wants. Okay? So, you ready?
Yeah.
You're as ready as you'll ever be, right?
I think so.
Okay.
And like, this is all safe? Like, as far as
This?
voltage?
Oh, it's only, so we're feeding this light bulb 10 volts. We're only doing 10 watts here.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so it's just, so this prototype is a demonstration prototype to show the load current sine wave time delay. Okay, so what we're doing is the oscilloscope is looking at the sine wave across this light bulb and the sine wave across this light bulb. And what you want to see, and this is where Siemens came in, okay, and helped us quantify why our system is accelerating. Okay, it would be like if you're coming at me, okay, and I'm a conventional generator coil, I'm doing this, okay, and it's the flip side is you going into a bar, okay, and walking by a pretty girl, and she goes and grabs you and pulls you this way, okay? So if you go too fast towards her, she'll do this. If you just walk by her and ignore her, she'll do this, okay? So that's a conventional coil. It resists your approach and it resists your departure. You can't win, okay? Now, the ReGenX coil, what it does, it waits till you get here. It waits till you get basically here, okay? It stores all that pent up energy, and then when you're actually moving away, then it accelerates you, okay? The load current delay stores the energy internally, the induced energy internally inside the coil, okay, in the parasitic capacitance. It's not hard to understand when you understand how inductors work. So stores the energy internally as voltage, okay? So the ReGenX coil is operating as a multi-parallel plate capacitor, okay? And you know, capacitors store energy. They store energy, and then when the induced voltage in the capacitor is too high for the dielectric to contain it, it basically shorts out, and all the energy in the capacitor is released. Okay, so that's what's happening in the coil. You're approaching me. Okay, I'm storing up my energy, and then I wait till you're here, and then boom, I accelerate your departure. But at the same time, Tiffany, okay, I'm grabbing her and accelerating her approach towards me. Like, do you get it?
Yeah.
It's really that simple, okay? Now you tell Stellantis guys or Renault-Nissan guys or whatever, and they just have strokes, okay? Because they don't understand the mechanics of generator coils, inductors, and so on. They think they do, but they don't. Okay? You ready?
Yep.
So it's very simple. I'm going to bring it up to speed. I'm going to put the conventional coil on. I'll show you everything you need to see. Then I'll put the ReGenX on. You'll see everything you need to see. And the 2 ReGenX coils. And then I'll put the conventional and the ReGenX on at the same time. Okay?
Yeah.
Which then it really becomes obvious. Okay? And so we have the yellow sine wave is the conventional coils load current sine wave, and it's instantaneous. Okay, it's instantaneous. And then the blue sine wave that you're going to see on here, that's the sine wave across the ReGenX coils light bulb. Okay, and just so everybody knows, the power factor of these loads is 1. So what that means is the voltage and current are in phase with each other. Okay? Just making sure all the info is there. So, okay. This is our voltage across the load. And this is our AC current across the load. So we're only really interested in this. This light bulb is the same as that one, but only for the sake of the load current delay, okay? This prototype was commissioned by California Diesel and Power in 2008 or 9. So it's been to California and back. They used it in-house to basically confirm, you know, now we're at rotational equilibrium. The prime mover is consuming 150 watts. Okay. The torque in the drive shaft is the power, mechanical power in the drive shaft is 0 watts. Okay. You ready? Conventional generator operation. So when I put the conventional generator on, this number is going to go up to the 170.
On the prime mover?
Yeah, this is the prime mover consumption. It's going to go up. Okay, watch. Okay? So we started at 150?
Yeah.
149-ish? Okay. Now we're in conventional generator mode. And we have 10 volts across our load at 0.87 amps. Okay, about 10 watts across the load. And we're at 168. So I'm going to put the ReGenX coil on load, okay? So 149 is where we started.
Yep.
Now we're at 148, okay, 147. That means the speed's gone up, and we're generating electricity with less than 0, because it started at 0, less than 0 mechanical watts, okay? Now if you come here, you can see the load current sine wave for the ReGenX coil.
Yep.
You You can see that it's delayed by about 45, 50 degrees,
Yeah.
okay? That's 90 degrees, that's 180. So 45, 50 degree low current delay is enough to produce infinite efficiency generator operation and motor operation, okay? Now I'm gonna show you the 90, you can take it at 50 degree low current delay to 90, and I'm gonna show you 90 now. I'll hold this while you go there. You see that it's 90 degree low current delay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're at 11.3, 0.92, and look what our input is, 142. So the bigger this number gets, okay, the smaller that number gets. It's completely opposite of what all the physics textbooks, all these books, every book that's ever been written, okay, they're all obsolete. They're all, if they're teaching this now, it's wrong. Okay, come back here. So, I'm going to do it one more time. So again, if we just leave it alone, now the bearings have warmed up and everything, so it's, now it's up, I'll bring it up to 150.
So what?
So wait, don't ask questions yet? Just to throw me off, okay? So again, in all of the physics in the world, everywhere, if I want to make that go faster, okay, I have to put additional energy in, okay, on this. That's the first law of thermodynamics. But if I want to make it go faster with the ReGenX coil, all I have to do, keep your eye on that, okay? Have to do is that. Now I'm harnessing the created electromagnetic field energy, the time-delayed created electromagnetic field energy. Look where that is. That's a dead short. That's a dead short across the generator coil. So a dead short across the terminals of a normal generator coil will make that generator cease. It'll stop instantly. That's like regenerative braking to the max, okay? That's like...
I'm an electrician.
Yeah, it's an instant stop and catastrophic heartache. Whereas in the ReGenX generator, the greater the load, dead short, infinite load, that's when you get the maximum acceleration. Okay, so now I just want to show you the two of them together. So I'll get you to come over here. 149 to the prime mover, okay? Yep. Again, the mechanical power in the drive shaft is 0 watts, okay? If we're at steady state speed, it has to be 0 watts. If the torque is more than 0, it's going to accelerate to a higher steady state speed, okay? So I'm just going to put them both on at the same time, okay? So 149. So, speeding up a little bit, and we're generating electricity at infinite efficiency, and doing positive work at infinite efficiency. Now what's interesting, and this is the part that nobody understands, okay, but you're going to understand it today. When I put the conventional coil on, the conventional generator coil is performing negative work at infinite efficiency with created electromagnetic field energy. You got it?
That's this side.
That's the conventional coil. That's every generator in the world. performs negative work at infinite efficiency, and it reduces the kinetic energy of the system, okay? But then it's harnessing instantaneously created electromagnetic field energy, okay? The ReGenX generator, on the other hand, harnesses time-delayed created electromagnetic field energy, and it performs positive work at infinite efficiency. It's not that difficult to understand, is it? And again, so keep an eye on these numbers here, just for a sec, because you didn't really focus on those too much. So let's say we want to generate a megawatt. There's our megawatt, but we have to increase our input to 2 megawatts to get that. We're generating 10 watts here, and this goes up by 20 watts. Okay?
Yep.
Now we're generating more than a megawatt, right? This number's bigger. This is slightly larger than what it was, but we don't need a megawatt. We've saved a megawatt of input. We've saved 2 megawatts of input energy. Okay?
Yep.
This is where I said 16,000 trillion watts of electricity generated every year with Faraday generators. That number can be reduced to 0 forever. Every year forever. No CO2, no energy cost, no air pollution, no nuclear waste, nothing. And electric vehicles that are accelerated when you recharge the batteries, and the more batteries you charge, the more you accelerate. You got it?
I do got it.
It's not that hard, right? Once you see it, it's not that
Well,
hard.
you explained it in a way that,
I dumbed it down.
yeah.
Brad, I dumbed it down. He's laughing at us right now.
Barry will do.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what you're gonna see on the next prototype in our next video. I'm gonna go get that one and bring it here and clean it up and set it up. It's using, so we're doing 10 watts, okay? In the motorcycle, we're doing like 200 watts plus, okay? Here it's 1 amp. Now, the original innovation, okay, required, this has a conventional coil and a ReGenX coil in it, okay? And it required the 2-coil system to do what it does, do its magic, really. Yeah. And so that was 2008. It literally took us like almost 10 years to take the 2-coil thing that we have here and put it into one. Okay, this is our Mona Lisa, if you will. And so it does everything that this does, but in 1 coil rather than 2. And the motorcycle, I've had the current go into the battery as high as 15.7 amps, but it can be any number. It can be 100 amps, 200 amps.
Okay, and how do you regulate the output?
The output it's regulated naturally, but when you're designing it, okay, it's the output of the coil is a function of the strength of the magnets, the strength of the rotating magnetic field, okay, and the coil design, okay. So if you have a like this coil here will handle 60 to 100 amps, okay? Almost 2 kilowatts. So we're doing 10 watts here, this is 2 kilowatts. So what that says is 10 watts, 2 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts, a million, whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? So, and these coils have been manufactured by 3 different entities, 3 different coil manufacturing facilities, which means they can be manufactured by anybody, anywhere, to any size, da-da-da. So this, so if anybody says, blah, 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 is it, you know, do they have it in a car, do they have it in a whatever, this is our IP, okay? This is what we're going to be making 65 billion of these over the next 10 years. Okay, they're going. Other people are going to put them in their cars. They're going to put them in their whatever, and generators, transformers, the whole thing. So the idea is now you've seen it. When you introduce it, you're going to speak with authority. It's not just some idea that you have in your head, right?
Right.
You've seen it, and anybody who feels like they want to come and see it, I'm leaving it here. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, yeah.
Millerton?
Yeah. We'll cut the music there. So